Why, hello there. Welcome to Miss Valley Entertainment News. My name is Dread, and we're today reacting to, I guess, a video put out by Rational Bassist. Once again, original video will be linked down below. Go click on it after you're done here and go watch the original video. Give it a thumbs up and a like and a subscribe and all that good stuff. Tell them Dread from Miss Valley Entertainment News sent you that way. Um, this is a video by Rational Bassist called I'm Done with Bethesda Games. And let's forthwith and right away hop on in and see what's what.
One of the themes that permeated my Bloodlines 2 videos is an emphasis on respecting fans. Since I rang that bell, I'd be remiss were I not to tell you that I'm fully boycotting Bethesda Softworks for the stunt they pulled on Steam, arguing with Starfield negative reviewers about their own subjective experience.
Not good.
My favorite, and the one you've most likely heard about, is someone complaining that space travel is boring and the planets are barren, only to receive a developer response comparing Starfield to astronauts who landed on the moon. The astronauts weren't bored? In what way is that a reasonable comparison? Comparing playing your game to actually landing on the moon. I've been living under a rock when it comes to Starfield, but mostly I've heard it's plain boring. I would have rolled the dice on boring. Hell, I have something of a history with making my own fun and doing so beyond the point of reason. Google my name if you don't believe me. It's kind of what I was known for once upon a time. But the disrespect? I can't brook that at all. Why argue with people about whether they're having fun playing your game? I can't think of anything more disrespectful than that. It got the negative attention it deserved from fans and virtually anyone with a measure of self-respect. IGN? Well, you already know. I think the PC Gamer article about Aaron LeBray really opened my eyes to just how low standards are in gaming journalism. And here, IGN did what they do best. Missed the point entirely while simping for a big gaming company. They framed it as Bethesda responding to negative reviews, and how this marks a larger trend. Then they got quotes from smaller game developers about how they engage negative reviews to say, let them know they fixed a bug, or to clear up flagrant misinformation, but never to argue or to disagree. All while completely evading the point that this is the opposite of what Bethesda is doing. I wrote the author myself and asked if he'd even read the reviews, because Bethesda is telling negative reviewers that they're having more fun than they actually are, while IGN tells the world that Bethesda is doing something they aren't and it's completely normal. Are y'all in this together? For fuck's sake. At least the commenters know what's up. As best I can tell, Bethesda just stopped responding this way sometime around the date of IGN's article, probably because it was working against them. Folks who might not have otherwise negatively reviewed found their resolve in Bethesda's approach, while other folks made sport of ridiculing the developer's canned, repetitive, or flagrantly self-aggrandizing scripts in reply or on social media. Importantly, Bethesda stopped, but they didn't acknowledge it or apologize. That makes it worse. But it matters to me way more than it honestly should, because I've been a fan of Bethesda games since the early aughts, and I feel like they've been unduly trading on their former glory for something like a decade while rolling out the same clunky, broken shit and engaging in the same casual fan exploitation. I'm not alone. Folks go out of their way to give Bethesda the benefit of the doubt. And when they cross a line, well, it's not them. It's ZeniMax. Poor Bethesda. Poor Todd. Can't escape or defy their corporate overlords. Well, that argument is off the table, and what we're left with is proof that this is simply who Bethesda is. Any other company would just be grateful that their customers continue to extend undeserved goodwill while giving them the benefit of the doubt. Bethesda has instead decided to test new lows. And why wouldn't they? For the last decade, the reaction has been blow up, buy thing anyway, bomb meta filter, get excited for next product, buy next product anyway, blow up, negatively review on Steam. At some point, the problem is us. And the answer is stop buying. And in my case, to stop extending goodwill that hasn't been earned in a long time. The answer is to be done with it. Fuck next product, fuck next hype. That's it, and that's all.
Wow. I don't know if I have anything to add to that. That is just expertly stated. So IGN wrote an article saying it's normal for companies to reach out to people who are giving bad reviews. But then they get quotes from other gaming companies who are reaching out to bad reviews and saying, "Hey, we appreciate you telling us about this bug in the game. We're really sorry you encountered it. We're working on fixing it. We do have updates coming for this. These things are going to be fixed." Uh, and people are like, "Oh, okay. Well, then I'll give it a chance and I'll wait till the bugs are fixed or whatever, and then I'll jump back in and see if I want to reestablish, resituate what my review was rated as." That makes sense. That's a company listening to you, reaching out and saying, "Here's what we're doing about your situation. We're sorry about it. Here's what we're doing to make this fix it, to make it right, to make it better." And then, as Rational Basis points out, IGN's trying to say that this is what Starfield's doing, what Bethesda's doing with Starfield, when it's clearly absolutely not what they're actually doing. What they're actually doing is arguing with people with bad reviews and saying, "You just don't know how to play the game properly. You're just not playing the game right, or you just haven't played the game long enough. And your opinions of the game are wrong." And are they bug fixing? Are they doing anything to help the game? No, because that's the history of Bethesda. They don't. They don't. They won't. I don't think they can. So that's very interesting. So again, we see where, and I discussed this in a video just recently. We see where reviewers, magazines who do reviews and that kind of thing, in this case, magazines and corporations, conglomerates that do articles on these kind of things, will go to bat for the gaming company. You wash my back, I'll wash yours, kind of thing going on. Whether or not there's money exchanging hands, I don't know, or whether there's something else going on behind the scenes, or it's let's make sure we get in really good with this company and do all the things they want us to, or whether somebody from Bethesda reaches out to somebody within IGN that maybe they know and say, "Hey, could you spin this in a good way for us? We'd really appreciate it. We'll do something for you." Whatever it may be, you're getting these articles that are falsified articles. They're telling you one thing when it's really, they're telling you what Bethesda's doing is this, and you're like, "Oh, well, this what what all these other gaming companies you're quoting. This is great what they're doing," but that's not what Bethesda's doing. That's a crooked article and a crooked company. But it makes sense that crooks go to bat for crooks, right? Doesn't it kind of make sense? I think we all understand by now what Bethesda is, what Bethesda has become, and that it hasn't happened overnight. It's happened over the last decade or so. They're crooks, people. They're crooks. They will break into your house and into your heart and steal your wallet. And then they'll come back and they'll say, "By the way, could we also have the pin code for your bank card that we stole? Because we need that for our next game that you're going to buy." Yeah, I completely agree with Rational Bassist. I'm done with Bethesda. Now, am I still playing the old games I love? Which in my case is Skyrim. Yes, yes, I am. And you can do that unabashedly, unashamedly. Go ahead and do it. If you've got good feelings and nostalgia and everything else from one of their older games, play it. That's fine. But I would encourage you to give a real solid thought to crossing Bethesda off your list of companies you will ever purchase a game from again. In all seriousness, people, because I'm there. I'm there with Rational Basis. There's a lot of people reaching this point, and here's hoping in 17 years when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, a janky, buggy mess on the same engine by the same company, that we don't go back on that promise and buy the stinking game, thinking it's going to be great. Because I think we all know by now, it's not. It's sad. It literally hurts me to say that as a Skyrim fan. The next Elder Scrolls game by Bethesda is not going to be a good game. And they're going to argue with their fans. They're not going to support the game. They're not going to bug fix the game. It's going to be full of paid mods. It's just it's just the way Bethesda does their business. They're actually kind of leading the gaming industry. At one time, they led the gaming industry by being one of the most popular gaming companies out there, and one of the most loyal fan bases, right? And they were known as quirky, janky little games, but people really loved them, and that built up their company pretty big, and they made a lot of money. They made a lot of money. Okay, but now they're leading the industry in being crooked, in being failures at every level, and just not giving a shit. They just don't fucking care. Quite honestly. Sorry for my language, but Bethesda doesn't fucking care. They just don't fucking care about you. All they want to do is lie to you to get your money, and the rest of it, they don't fucking care. And anyone who's part of that company right now, I mean, I'm sorry, anyone who's a part of that company is part of it. Don't tell me, well, Todd Howard's different or Emil's different or so and so is different. No. They're all a part of this. They are all in the cesspool of gaming companies. And I encourage you to give a long, hard look at what you want to continue to give your money to. Do you want to give it to your money half-assed organizations who will disrespect you while taking your money? What I tell you is make your own decision, but I would encourage you to make the decision to be like myself and like Rational Bassist, done with Bethesda games. At least done with giving them any more money or any more hype. For Miss Valley Entertainment News, my name is Dread. Good night.